This is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about why you should always treat client projects as if they are your own. Alright, so I talk a lot about the client work that we do around here. So I do a lot of client work myself. I have a lot of the developers that are working with me, working on some of the client work. And sometimes it could be stressful, but other times it could be a lot of fun, right? There are times where, do you know what I think it is? I think the best client work that you can ever do, the best projects you could ever work on, are the ones where you treat the project as if it's your own, right? You take pride and care in it. Everything is carefully done. You make sure that it's almost as if you're delivering your own application, right? You make sure everything is beautiful. There have been times where I've fallen in love with client projects that I've worked on, and it's like thinking, oh, I love the way this works, or well, this is really cool, or this code is really elegant, and all this kind of stuff. And then but you always have to remember that it doesn't belong to you, right? You are basically, as a developer working on a client project, you are the surrogate parent, right? You are just bringing that project to term, and then you're handing it over to the real parents. And if they have a support contract, then you might do a little bit of daycare afterwards, right? But ultimately, it's their project, and a lot of times they'll ask for things that you might not agree with as a developer, or you might not. You might not think it's a good feature, or you might think it's a bit too awkward in terms of the clumsy interface, but ultimately what they say goes. However, as a developer, you always have to argue your side of things. So I've had this happen many times. It happens a lot, where we'll be working on a project and I'll kind of say, okay, we want to have this other feature that does this. We want to have a way for users to do this, this, and this, or we want to be able to, whatever, without going into too much details, but they'll come to me with something that either something on the interface, or usually it's something like, some users may want to do this, so we think we should add this other function there. And there are times where I'm saying, I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it's too destructive, right? It's too confusing. If we add that in there, it's going to make everything difficult to do, not just technically, but like it's gonna mess with the elegance of the interface, if you know what I mean. And there have been times where I've had like heated discussions with clients about this kind of stuff, right? But ultimately, what they say goes. But a lot of the times, the reason they come to you as a developer is because you have experience, right? Because if they just wanted to go to CodeMonkey, they could go to anybody. They could go on Upwork and get somebody. But like, they come to you because you have experience, and they expect for you to be able to if you disagree with something, to tell them you disagree with it, right? I mean, because there may be things that you're thinking about that they haven't thought of. And there's other things, because like if you truly love this project, if you truly thinking, this is going to be really good, which is, again, a great place to be in. Like, I love the way this works, I love the way this does, and something comes in that you don't quite agree with, you have to raise that. But always, 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 always remember that it belongs to them, and what they say goes. And the nice thing about doing client work is a lot of times you'll pick up these things, you'll think, oh, I love the way this worked in this project, I love the way this thing worked in this project. And when you're doing your own stuff, those skills and those ideas are still there. So when you're building your own applications, you could do those. So anyway, I just wanted to express that. I had I had one of these arguments this morning about a bit of functionality. I was thinking, I really don't want to put that on the interface. I think I'd rather have that be done in the back end by like somebody who knows what they're doing than give that up to the front end users. And it was kind of a thing where they saw my point, and they said, okay, yes, but we'll add it later if we need to. But like it's you gotta argue your corner sometimes, but ultimately it's their decision. Let me know if you guys have had a situation like that. I know a lot of you guys out there are doing client work. Have you ever had something like that where you had to argue your point with a client? You never want to get in a situation where you are the code monkey or you're subservient to them, right? They're coming to you because you know what you're doing. They're coming to you because your skills that they don't have. So you're working together on a project as partners. They're paying you, but that doesn't mean that you're their lackey. But ultimately they are making the decisions. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. I hope you're having a great day. And that is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again